Canelo Jacobs. Thank you for your time for giving us this interview. First of all, how are you preparing for this fight for May 4th?
Wow, I think the mental preparation has already been done because I've been wanting this fight for a long time. So I've mentally kind of put myself through the battle already. It's really right now about the physical battle as far as training, putting myself through the ups and downs of it and figuring out until we come to what we believe will be a successful camp to be victorious come fight night.
Can you talk to us about the camp, about the training that you're doing, and what type of diet are you following to maintain in the weight that you are right now?
Well, I mean, we're really not changing anything from what we normally do for every camp. The only different thing that we're doing for this camp is obviously getting sparring partners that implement the style of Canelo Álvarez so that we can have the same feel and get the same looks, the same jabs, the same speed, the same tone, so be prepared for fight night.
How do you feel? Do you feel like, what do you think about Canelo? What do you think about his way of fighting?
I think his way of fighting is great. I love his style. I think he's an entertaining fighter. It shows in his fights when he comes forward and when he puts his hands together and let his combinations flow. It's a great thing to see. So in that respect, I appreciate him, but I know May 4th there won't be any respect or appreciation. It would just be me wanting to be victorious and take his head over if I could. Yeah.
Well, how are you analyzing his way of fighting? Are you watching any of his other matches like that he had?
Absolutely. I mean, Canelo is an exceptional fighter, but he does have his flaws. And I think for me, capitalizing on his flaws is something that we want to focus on.
What makes it different in your training camp? Because for Canelo, we've seen that he has trained in like near the ocean, or Triple G has trained like in the mountains in Big Bear. For you, how is it?
It's pretty much the same. I mean, I isolate myself and put myself in a place where I can physically and mentally gain, you know, whether that's meditating, whether that's putting myself physically through the most hardship of training. I mean, all of those things is being done at this moment. I mean, we're going to make sure we're in the best possible shape to be victorious.
What diet are you like following? Are you excluding yourself from eating beef or any types of meat?
Well, I adopted a vegan diet for this fight. It's probably going to be 80% vegan for this fight because we want to make sure that we are in the best possible shape. And our bodies, excuse me, and our bodies are like cars, so you got to make sure you put the right gasoline to make sure that your body goes in the right way and make sure that you're healthy and moving, you know, like a muscle car.
But then you think like having a vegan diet could be a little bit less of the, a little bit less for you to, I mean, being able to maintain that challenge with Canelo?
Well, it's not a challenge.
Giving you the, I mean, the energy, because I mean, you're just eating vegetables and excluding all the meat, so.
Well, if you're educated about diets, then you know that meats aren't the only source of protein. Good energy and protein. So this isn't my first rodeo as far as adopting a vegan diet. I've been doing this for some time now. I haven't completely gone vegan, but it has worked for me. It has allowed me to feel good, and we know exactly what we're doing when we put things into our bodies. So I wouldn't be a professional, or I wouldn't be professional if I didn't know what I was doing and allow this to just be up in the air as far as, okay, let me see how this is going to feel for the first time. Let me see, you know, if this is going to work out. We've been doing this for a very long time, so I'm content with where we're at.
And talking about your diet and your training, do you feel that your height and your weight is a great advantage for you at this fight?
I think it's a great advantage because Canelo has a height difference, and him being the shorter fighter with the shorter arms is going to be, for me, one of my key factors because I can get to him faster than he can get to me. And my lateral movement will make it really hard for him to keep up with the pace. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting fight because I know he's going to try. He's going to make some adjustments if need be. But ultimately, I think I will prevail because I have so much that I bring to the table.
However, I mean, things could go different, right? But But you lost against Triple G, and then Triple G lost against Canelo. But
Yeah.
do you see yourself beating Canelo?
Absolutely. Once again, I see myself being victorious by the end of the night because styles make fights, and if you're a boxing fan, you understand that, and you can't automatically think because on paper I have a loss to Golovkin that Canelo being a victor over Golovkin that he will automatically beat me. You can't think that way because in the course of the history of boxing, there's been champions to lose to other people and go on and beat other champions. So it's just one of those things where you just have to use your boxing IQ and judge it based off of what you see, not anything from the past.
Of course. Do you feel any pressure from the Mexican fans?
Pressure, no bad pressure, no negative pressure from the Mexican fans. I feel good pressure. Pressure as far as them wanting to see a great fight. Pressure as far as them wanting both of us to put on our very best and make everyone happy. And that's really our job, is to make the paying fans who give us the opportunity to be happy and pleased with our performances.
Of course. And at last, I would like to ask you, you're fighting one of the highest paid athletes in the world of sports. Does that put pressure on you?
Fighting Canelo based off of his skill, his talents, and what he has accomplished in the sport of boxing, for me, is an honor, and that is it. Nothing that has to do with his purse, nothing that has to do with him being the highest paid athlete of all. That doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, I'm happy for him. I wish him the best, and that just goes to show you that boxing is still alive. So more power to him when it comes to that, but that doesn't play anything when it comes inside that ring because I'm in control when it's inside that ring come fight night.